Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Dre with the Supadre podcast. I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. Another episode, trying to get some impact. You know what it is, Supadre podcast, trying to help the average millennial, educate them, motivate them, and inspire them to become their super self. We trying to be superheroes over here, y'all. But real quick, y'all, if y'all on YouTube right now, hit the subscribe down there, man. We trying to grow the subscribers to 1,000. So most people don't know, if you're trying to monetize on YouTube, man, you need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watched.
Yep.
I think that's the main thing on that. I may be missing one more of the component.
Those are the only two.
Those are. So we're trying to grow this community, y'all. We're trying to start monetizing because that's the main thing that every content creator is trying to do out there. But it's just nothing but support, love, tap in, subscribe, hit the ding and the bell up top so you don't miss anything. And I really appreciate it. We got a Patreon. Make sure y'all tap into the Super J Patreon, man. We got a book club and a Patreon. Every month, give out a free PDF book. I think the first book I released was Atomic Habits. So if you're on the super tier fan on the super fan tier on the Patreon, you got the PDF. I think I got 2 people on that one right now. Got 3 Patreons all together. So we're growing that community of like-minded individuals, trying to help each other get to that next place in their life. Everybody wants to be healthy, happy, all that kind of good stuff. So why not help the next person get there? That's Absolutely. On the Patreon, man. So I think the highest tier is $10 right now, man. So y'all got $10. But without further ado, we're going to get into the episode. Super Dre podcast, man. We got a special guest today. Y'all know how we do it. We just bring all the cool cats on here that are superheroes, and we're going to share these stories with y'all, and hopefully it's going to inspire y'all to become y'all super self and start that next endeavor that y'all want to. I got real estate extraordinaire, man. I got Mushmouth today, man, because I'm so excited to introduce him, man. Look, he's in the DFW Metroplex. He's a good brother, man. Good brother. Guitar. I don't know if I want to call you a guitar master, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. He's okay. He's a guitar master, man. He is the one, the only Brendan Hernandez. What's up, man? What's up?
What's up, bro?
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, bro.
Appreciate you for being here. Most people don't know I had episode 5. Chased and J Miles was on the show, tapped in with us, but y'all didn't see Brendan. Y'all didn't see him. He was behind the camera. He's Chase's go-to guy. He's also a real estate agent here in Dallas, Texas. And I had to get him back on the show, man, because he's a dope individual. He has that tenacity to go out there and get any and everything that he wants. And man, he's an interesting fellow, man. He can speak some truth into some of y'all out there. So without further ado, man, Brendan, let the people know a little bit about you, where you come from, all that kind of fun stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm Brendan J. Hernandez. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a musician, social media coordinator, content creator, and I'm more than happy to be here. I appreciate you, bro, for having me on again, bro.
Yes, sir. And he said it's his first podcast, and I don't really believe that. I don't really believe it, but but we're going to have to believe it today, man. We're going to have to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dallas, Texas, baby. Where did you grow up? What part of Dallas did you grow up in?
I grew up in Garland.
Garland? Okay. So not too far.
Yeah.
You're just right on the other side of 635.
635.
Okay.
Where nothing happens.
Everything happens in Garland, man.
Garland, yeah. But I actually I grew up half of it in Garland, the other half in Saxe.
Okay, because Saxe is a little more like up the tollway over by Rowlett, Murphy, and all that kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. Nice. What got you into real estate? Like what avenue? Like what interested you in real estate?
So let's take it back.
Take it back.
Let's take it back.
Take it back.
Let's take it back to you. So, kind of a cute story, but I remember being like 6 or 7 years old with my parents and my sister. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So it's my younger sister Taylor. She was a year below me, and then my younger sister Bree, who's 20. Yeah, she's 20 now, about to be 21.
Okay.
Woo. So before she was born, it was just me and Taylor, and my parents, they would take us out every Friday night, and we would always go to the nice neighborhoods. This was our fun that we could do. And we would used to go get shakes at Sonic, and we would call it peeking, where we would just go to the nicest neighborhoods and just drive through the neighborhoods and look at the houses and play music. That's what we would do. So that started the interest as far as like just homes and having it look cool.
Yeah.
And then of course, you grow up and then that goes away. Moving back to Dallas. So I lived in LA for 2 years. I moved out there when I was 20, and I moved back to Dallas when I was 22.
What you was doing out in LA?
Trying to live it up.
Oh man.
I was doing some music stuff. Like I initially went out there to go to school.
Okay.
I went to a music school.
Was it LA Film?
It was MI.
Oh, okay. I was there.
And then shortly realized like that's not for me.
Was it just the environment?
Environment was great, but like a lot of the stuff they were like teaching me and all and whatnot, I could have learned like from YouTube.
And not have to pay $15,000-$20,000 just to
more than that.
Oh yeah, you're in LA. Yeah.
It was a lot. So I learned more from my roommates who went to the same school than I actually did from the school. They were like hella music nerds.
Wow.
Yeah, and content creating too. That's where that kind of started getting more.
What year was that?
That was 2000. What is it? We're in 22. 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, 2018 going into 19. So yeah, but on my way back, I started watching just real estate videos on YouTube, and that's kind of where it struck my interest. And I started watching Brian Casella. Shout out to Brian.
Yeah.
That's where that started. He was like the first first real estate guy I ever watched. I actually came across one of his videos on accident, and I just kept watching him. And that's kind of where that interest started.
Was it because he was local?
No, I just liked his energy.
Okay.
I connected. It was, just like, oh, this is, I don't know. It just felt right. And, he was in real estate, and then that's where that kind of started. Because from being in California, even before that, a little bit before that, up until I'm moving back, I had tried a lot of different things. And I've worked a lot of different jobs. And a lot of those jobs I got fired from. So I was like, I was trying to seek something. I was trying to find something. And I've always kind of had an entrepreneurial spirit. I would mow lawns when I was 13, 14 over the summer. My parents wouldn't buy me J's. They wouldn't buy me the extra shit. So I had to, can I cuss?
Hey, you do what you want.
Okay.
I don't care.
So I would have to go out and, I would mow lawns in my neighborhood and say, hey, I run Hernandez lawn service or something. And they believed me. And I would make, some decent money off that. And then when it was time to go back to school shopping, I'd buy everything I want.
Yeah.
So that whole entrepreneurial has always kind of been in me. And that's another reason why I'm in real estate.
Yeah. We're talking on an audio experience. If you haven't tapped into the audio experience, make sure y'all go back and listen to it, man. We dropped some gems on there. We were talking about discipline. And one thing you were saying, he's a guitar legend, y'all. He picked up the guitar, or your mom picked up the guitar for you at 6 or 7.
7,
At 7,
yeah.
And you didn't want to play guitar.
No, I hated it.
You didn't want to do that. It's hard. You said make your fingers hurt.
Yeah.
But your mom kept you consistent in that thing. But with that, brought out something crazy in a 7-year-old. That brought out discipline. That brought out consistency.
Yeah.
How do you feel like those two things have played a huge part in the success that you have today?
Staying with something, sticking with it, and pushing the limits, like pushing it. So when I grew up learning how to play guitar, I started when I was 7. I stopped taking lessons until I was 12 or 11. 12. So everything after 12 was self-taught, and that just came from watching other people. So staying on top of it, practicing, being consistent, and doing it over and over again until it's done right, I think has really played a factor in everything I do today. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. There's that part, and then there's the creativity part. So the whole creative in me started at that. And now it's overflowed into being a videographer, being a cameraman, coming up with ideas, coming up with different plans on how we're going to market an event and things like that. So yeah, when it starts there, I think you can easily overflow into other categories. It's like learning how to play one instrument. If you know how to play one, it's going to be really easy to pick up the piano and the drums, and then now music production, and how am I going to structure this song, and where does the drop go, and things like that.
That's crazy that a 7-year-old can pick these skills up and have it pertain to their life years later.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to the person that you are, that tenacity, that go-getter mentality. You were able to keep that instilled in any and everything that you were doing throughout your life. Did you play any sports?
Oh yeah. I did that too.
What was your favorite sport?
Soccer.
Was that okay? Soccer was your favorite sport. What was the best sport what was the sport you were the best at?
Soccer.
Okay, cool.
That's why.
What position you play in soccer?
I was a forward.
Okay.
Speedy Hernandez.
Yes,
Gonzalez,
sir.
whatever
Yes,
you want
sir.
to call it.
Yes, sir. How did that prepare you to play sports, or did it prepare you at all with discipline and just consistency, just with practicing, working out, getting better, getting better at that craft?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Stay consistent, working out, teamwork, how to work with other people. But I think the main one is probably being competitive. So
especially being an entrepreneur, there's a bunch of entrepreneurs out there, and it's competitive as hell.
Yeah, it's competitive as hell,
especially in real estate.
Absolutely,
it's one of those industries where, like, if you don't go get it, somebody else will, and they're gonna do it 10 times harder, better. They're gonna come after you.
Yeah,
but being with the team, learning teamwork, like you said, having that competitive spirit, was that something that was just came along with the sport, or that just built on top of what you already had?
I think it was already kind of building on top of what I already had. I've always been pretty competitive. I have this attitude of everything I do has got to be the best. It's got to look the best.
Yeah.
It's got to be presented the best. So yeah, that's just with everything I do. Got to look the best.
Yeah.
Got to sound the best, talk the best, everything.
Yeah.
So I just try to do that with everything.
Yeah. Even if, look here, y'all, if y'all a janitor at a school, man, y'all be the best janitor y'all can be. Like, hey man, ain't nobody finna sweep I'm gonna sweep the crap out these floors. Ain't nobody gonna sweep these floors away. I'm gonna sweep it. If you're a burger flipper, man, you're gonna be the best burger flipper in the whole district. You know what I'm saying? No Burger King employee can mess with me on flipping these burgers. I flip out about 100 an hour. You want to make sure you be the best that you can. You want to have that mentality, that same mentality in any and everything you do, because the way you practice is the way the way that you're gonna play in a real thing. Most likely. So you want to be able to go with that intensity every single time that you're doing something, and don't give it your all every time.
Yeah, bro. Everything like that. Like, to me, I see it as like it's energy. Where it starts is where it can transfer, where it flows.
Always.
That's even as simple as like waking up in the morning and making your bed. That's going to transfer into the next thing you do, and the next thing you do, and the next thing you do. Or even, I've been guilty. I've done this a few times. When you wake up, like when the alarm goes off at 6 a.m. or whatever time you wake up at, the minute you hit snooze, the day is done. Because once you go back to sleep for an extra hour or two,
man,
you know what I'm saying? You wake up again thinking that you got extra sleep when you did, but you actually wake up more tired. And then it's a slower start. And then that transfers into everything else.
Man, that's something that I'm working on right now, is just my sleep schedule. I'm supposed to get up at 6:45, but I end up hitting that snooze half the time. And I'm just like, man, like I want to get up and own my day. You don't want to get up and you got to be to work in an hour, and you go into work and you're like, oh yeah, I just woke up. Like, you don't want to feel like that. You want to feel like you're ready to take on the day. You're mentally ready. You're feeling refreshed. Your body's ready. And yeah, man, you just got to go in there with that intensity every single time, man. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Look, man, we're gonna get into one of my favorite segments of the show.
Okay.
Everybody's unique, y'all. You know what time it is. What is your superpower? What sticks out to you? What makes you, super?
Being me. Being me, everything about me, the way I carry myself, confidence, the creativity. I mean, because when you're doing you, who else could be you but you? And so if there's only one of you, I think that's like part of, you know, being my superpower.
Yeah.
And try my best to hopefully inspire others. That's what I want to do, is inspire other people.
Yeah.
With like what I do. And if I can do that, then I think that would be a successful day.
Yeah.
Successful life.
Do that through being yourself. I haven't heard that one, y'all. I ain't heard that one yet. Being, you know, being able to inspire somebody and have that impact just by being yourself and just by you being, you know, who you are, you know, is probably the coolest feeling. Just like, man, like, regardless of what anybody had to say, like, I did it being myself, and other people was rocking with it, and they were able to take that and blossom themselves into who they needed to be.
Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful. But with that being said, you know, there's super villains out there, man. There's people out there trying to come down and get you. They coming at your thoughts, you know, negative ideas, you know. How do you use your superpowers to overcome those super villains?
Stay focused.
But it's hard, Brendan. It's Instagram, you know. It's how can I stay focused and is, you know, they out there.
When you say villains, are you talking about people, right?
Oh man, people, you know, the Ukraine, the war that's going on in the Ukraine, you know, distractions, you know, anything that's negative that can take you off your path is a supervillain.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah. Because the focus is always key, but that's why, you know, there's people out there that's like, focus. I always try to stay focused, but then this comes and then this comes and then this comes. How am I supposed to stay focused when I got
I got you.
Because there's people out there that may be like, oh, Brandon, this is hard. Everybody say stay focused.
Okay. Keep the faith.
That's a little deeper right there.
It's very different.
That's a little deep.
Because now I actually really, really get the question. So I would definitely say keep the faith.
Go into that a little bit, because when I hear that, I hear and have faith in your ability to execute, have faith in what you believe in, have faith that everything's going to be okay, that you're going to make the right decisions. You know, speak a little bit about that faith.
Keep the faith, meaning just know that it's all taken care of. Don't complain about it. Go about your day. Try to be happy. Do right by other people, even when it's not good. That's another test in itself.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So really, just do right by people, and the universe or God or whoever you hold that up higher power to be will guide you, and it'll make sure, you know, it might make you fall, but it won't make you fail. So I would just say keep the faith, do right, keep a positive mindset, and just know that everything's temporary.
Yeah.
Even pain. So
yeah,
just, you know, get through it.
If you keep the faith, you'll never fail.
You
should trademark that. Just trademark that right there. You heard it first on the Supadre podcast. Y'all heard it. You know, you keep that faith, you never fail. Keep that faith that it may suck in a moment. It may seem like, man, this is horrible. I'm pretty sure you've had instances where in your career, in your real estate career, where you like, man, this is just not working. Like, you probably had times where you probably didn't have a listing for a little bit, or even through the past pandemic, just trying to figure out like, oh man, like this pandemic is crazy. People are outbid. Like, you know, the things can be crazy in the moment, but you keep that faith. Is like, nah, like I'm gonna keep doing what I know to do. Yeah. I'm gonna believe in my abilities. I'm gonna believe in myself, and like you say, everything else is taken care of. And I'm gonna go out there and just do what I do and not worry about the rest.
Yeah. One of my first transactions, it was a lease deal, and I'll try to make the story short, but it was a lease deal. This lady claimed, you know, I was helping her find a rental house. She made a good amount of money from what she told me. I went ahead, found her the right house after like 12 attempts. Finally got her in there, and she was supposed to pay everything the next week. She never did. And so a month goes by, and I didn't hear anything. I thought everything was good.
Right.
I called the listing agent on the other side, and I was like, yo, whatever happened? Oh, she didn't pay. We had to evict her like the next week. After I had, I paid for all her fees.
Yeah.
She did. This was a dumb rookie mistake. I paid for everything because I just wanted to get a deal done. And I know I was going to make a good amount of money on it.
Yeah.
And the money I was paying wasn't shit. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and front her. And that's me being a good person because she was living in a hotel, no family, nothing, all the way from, apparently she had a job relocation. So yeah. So I lost. So the minute I found out she got evicted, I tried calling her, completely ghosted.
Wow.
And then I spent all this money trying to help somebody else, which, shouldn't do, period, in this kind of business. And then 2 weeks later go by, I still end up getting paid on that deal. I don't know where that money came from. If there was no money from the client, nobody gets paid.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what? I kept the faith in that sense, like, just accept this one and move on. And then 2 weeks later that happened, and I was like, wow, that was like some really cool supernatural shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, and you use your superpower. You was being yourself. You being a good person. You wanting to help somebody that that could have just been in a really rough situation. Regardless of whatever situation she was in, you did that. She ghosted, was gone. And then you was like, all right, cool. Take the L on that one, move on. You didn't worry about it. You wasn't sitting and pouting like, man, I lost all the money. You was trying to probably worry about how to recoup the money and get 2 deals. But you kept that faith, and that energy came back around and blessed you for that good fortune. So when you keep the faith, man, it's some crazy things can happen for you. Even if you messed up, even if you did something stupid, it was coming from the heart. You were being yourself.
And I love helping people.
Yeah,
I will never. If you need the help and I can or I have it, I will. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll help you.
Yeah, and that's the same with me. I'm always, if I can, sure, I'll go ahead and do that. It's no big deal. Maybe a little inconvenience. But if I can, I'll go ahead and do that for you. And that's that's a lot of people I feel like wants,
Yeah.
If somebody can't, I've had instances where I needed money, and I was like, man, I don't really know too many people who got like $1,000 just laying around.
Yeah.
I had one person and, and even somebody that one person, actually I can say that, we went out of town, my car blew up on the side of the road. We were like an hour outside of Albuquerque.
Oh no! Middle of nowhere.
Luckily, it was almost in the middle of nowhere. We were like 2 miles out, but Albuquerque is the biggest town, the closest in New Mexico. It's New Mexico. There's nothing really out there. Right. But 2 people immediately pulled over, and checked, and they couldn't really help me with any mechanical issues, but they immediately pulled over and helped me gauge the situation and was like, "Oh man, you guys good?" And I'm like, "Oh man, like." Dang it! Like we in New Mexico, bro. Like this is crazy. But those guys pulled over, helped me gauge the situation. They gave me that little comfort. They just had that heart to help. Somebody, and that makes somebody feel good. Even though they couldn't help me, it was good to know that there's people out there that it was 2 white guys. They pulled over. They saw me. I put my emergency my thermostat. Gasket or whatever, like my car overheated, so that burst and everything, and I couldn't accelerate because I was trying to get over on this 18 wheel and I couldn't, and I had to get over immediately, and they got over, got out, made sure it was okay, help gauge the situation. But it was good to know that there was people out there that that gave a crap. They could have been late to work. They were like, no, let me make sure he's okay. He had his blinkers on. Let me make sure if there was something we can do. They couldn't do much, but I was grateful that they stopped over and made sure we was okay. Not many people would have done that.
Absolutely.
But we all know I got that situation figured out. New Mexico. New Mexicans. It was funny when they said that. It was so funny when they said that. No, it was crazy because they had New Mexican food, and I was like, oh, I mean, we're Texans, it makes sense. It was just funny because I never heard it before. I'd never been in New Mexico, driven through it. But everybody I met in New Mexico was just good people, man. Like not one negative experience at all with anybody in New Mexico. So those you New Mexicans, y'all good with me, man. Y'all real good with me, man. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I want to transition into just trying to see. So if people didn't pick this up already, Brendan's in the real estate industry, the same industry that I'm working to get into right now. License coming soon. Being in real estate, how has real estate been for you in the sense of you being on your journey, finding your stuff? Like how's real estate being able to help you in your journey?
Building relationships and communicating with people and connecting with people.
Yeah.
That's been one thing that's really grown in terms of self-development within me.
Yeah.
And helping people. At the end of the day, that's what you're doing. You're helping people. And so tying all those things together, that's one of the biggest things that I've come to grasp and learn. That and then meeting all the cool people that I have since my journey started.
Okay.
Because when I first got my license, or even before that, I didn't know Chasten.
Mm-hmm.
And now, fast forward 2 years later, I'm working alongside Chasten. Now we're starting a media company here pretty soon, and we've done so many other cool things in 2 years, and that was more than I asked for.
Yeah.
So just the whole journey, and then traveling, of course, and going to other people's events, and, supporting him too and seeing him speak. And, I remember the first time I met Brian at an event because of Chasten, I was like, wow, what the hell? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were, we were all having a good time somewhere down the street, just like I think there was like 7 of us, but I was like, oh, wow. I used to watch this guy a year ago. He inspired me to get into real estate. And now I'm sitting here like 5 feet away from him, and then other people that we met along the way too. And I actually found Chasten through Brian.
Really?
Yeah. Cause at the time I was following Brian, at first, and I saw that he was an event here in Dallas. That was the WGR Summit.
Okay.
With Colton Lindsay. And I couldn't make it. I had to work. So I think like 2 weeks fast forward, and I see that it's on YouTube, and I looked at everybody else on the panel, and I saw Chasten on the end. And I looked him up, and I was like, oh, he's in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, I'm pretty sure he has a good relationship with Brian too. I'm pretty sure he's a good dude. So I've messaged him. I reached out to him. I know I'm kind of going off track here.
No. It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this story, but yeah, I reached out to Chasten. This was when I was wholesaling at the time.
Ooh,
I hated that. I made
wholesaling.
I made some money from it.
Because that's one thing that I want to get into wholesaling. Pretty soon, man. It's right now with I don't know if you've driven around like certain parts of it, man. It's some good areas that can be, transformed into some crazy nice real estate.
Absolutely.
Dallas is a gold mine, I believe, man. But yeah, continue, yeah.
So I was wholesaling before him, and I made some money from it, but it just wasn't like a passion of mine. So I just kind of not that side of real estate. And I remember reaching out to Chasten on Instagram, and I was like, "Yo, what's up, bro? You got any inventory list, or you got anything, for investors?" And he didn't reply. And then like a month later goes by, and I was like, "Hello, Mr. Miles." I think I was trying to get an interview.
Mr. Miles.
I was just trying to get my foot in the door. I was looking for guidance. And then he's finally said, "Yeah, come in for an interview." The interview went horrible, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, it went horrible. And then a week later goes by, I didn't hear from him, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know."
Oh, you interviewed with Chasten?
I interviewed with Chasten. He didn't call me back. So yeah, a week later goes by, and I'm like, I work for free. He's like, cool, you're in. I was like, cool. He's like, yeah, you're lucky though. We just don't let anybody in. And this is back when,
he was still kind of in that beginning phase a little bit.
Nah,
or he was kind of off.
He that's actually probably when, honestly, his social media really kind of took off, like to the next level around that time, which is perfect for me. And then I came in as a content creator and I just boosted that up.
Yeah.
Helped him with that. Grew 20,000 subscribers in like 2 months on YouTube just by itself because we were so consistent.
Yeah.
Because he had me. And it was that extra hand working. So, yeah, that's where that started as far as the journey with me and him. And then, yeah.
That's crazy. The fact that, and that's almost the same way how I just kind of even got chasing. I just hit him up, let him know about the, podcast, what we do here and all that kind of stuff. And shout out to Chasen, man. He's a good dude, man. He just, what got me is like, hey man, for free. And I was like, oh shoot, come on with it then. Come on with it. But you just being able to try to get in the door, and you just you were being a little persistent. You still, you followed up.
Yeah.
Hey,
followed up.
I know you didn't message me back, but it's me again. And, just trying to see what's up. You had the interview with him. You said it didn't go good. Yeah, didn't message you back. Didn't call you back.
He told me that like months later, like a year later. He was like, oh, bro, your interview was horrible, bro. Like, oh, my gosh.
Man, how do you think that prepared you for, even if you weren't going to team up with Chasen, but for that next endeavor, how you think that prepared you in the moment for that next thing?
Like getting in with them?
Not even getting in with them, just still going in that same direction, whether if it was with Chasen or with Bobby, because you having that bad interview could have been like, man, this is probably not even it. Like I can just quit right now.
Yeah.
And nobody, we can just go our separate ways, but you kept with it.
I would have probably went on to the next one. So it was actually that. I had a decision. It was that, and I was going to get in with another company. I forgot what they were called, but they were going to pay pretty good. But I chose Chasen.
You chose free.
I chose free
over because
something just felt right about it.
Yeah,
and I remember going in for the interview, and I'm like, "Dang, everyone's my age. This is awesome. We're all young men, inspiring entrepreneurs. I want to be around that." And yeah, just being surrounded by like that. What's that quote? You are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So that was another reason. And it was
that energy.
That energy.
That energy just spoke to you. You was like
intuition.
It was like, nah, let me check this out again. And that's one of the things that drew me into Chasen. Just for one, he was here in Dallas. I'm from Dallas. I grew up in Dallas. And for me, he was a black male. He was a young guy.
Yeah.
Out here, I'm like, man, okay, let's and like you said, you guys were consistent.
Yeah.
Probably by the time I was really following Chasen heavy, and I still do, but I'm just watching everything. Like it was video after video after video after video.
Yeah.
And like that, you brought that value. I feel like in my head, I feel like you knew you had like something greater, like you had that impact to give. Besides just trying to be around that environment, but I feel like you believed, you had that faith in yourself and your abilities. It was like, nah, you know what? I do it for free, and not a lot of people would do that.
Yeah, and that kind of stems back from, so Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember watching one of his stories, and he met this guy who was super successful, had a full ad page in the paper, and whoever's listening, I'm pretty sure some of y'all might know this story. And he goes into this guy's office, and it's all super successful, real big, a lot of employees. And he was like, "Yo, I don't know who you are, but I imagine that if you have a big ad in the paper, you're probably pretty successful. I'll work for free if you teach me everything you know." And the guy turned around and looked at him and was like, "Wow, okay, I've been looking for someone like you for 20 years."
Yeah.
And that's how that relationship started. So that stuck with me when it came to Chasen. I was like, you know what? I'll work for free. I don't care how long.
Yeah.
But I want to, and this was in the process of me getting my license.
Oh, so you still weren't licensed.
I still wasn't licensed.
How long did it take you to get licensed?
A long ass time.
He's like, too damn long. It was too damn long.
It took me a long time. I failed the real estate exam 4 times.
Ugh.
Yeah. I passed the national the first time, but I failed the state 4 times.
Is it one? It's like one test. It's like 2 parts.
It's 2 parts,
Right? Because they give you 4 hours to take it.
Something.
240 minutes.
Yeah.
I recently looked at the syllabus.
Yeah.
But yeah, around that time.
I don't know if you know this either. That state, it's obviously 40 questions.
Right.
They only count 30.
Yeah, because they give you practice questions or something
Practice
like that.
questions.
Which is BS.
So really,
Which is BS.
obviously, now it's 30. So now that it's less, it's going to count more. It's going to hurt more if you miss one.
Yeah, because 30, you I think you got to miss like
7 or 6.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the national is 85.
Yeah.
It's 85.
85
Yeah,
out
so
of 100. Yeah.
So there's 125 questions altogether. 15 won't really count. So it's like 105 questions. Like you got to get 70. I think it was like 74, right?
And in my mind, I'm like, that one was hard. That question was hard. I hope that was a practice question.
Man.
Yeah.
What in the world, man? Look, real estate is its own beast. But what else is its own beast? It's the fire round, man. We're gonna get into the fire round. I'm gonna do a quick commercial break real quick, and then we're gonna get into the fire round, man. It's gonna get hot tamale sauce around here, and we're gonna have a little fun, man. But we'll be right back. All
right, for sure.
Cool. I'm really just gonna keep that rolling. So normally I got it recording. I can do it from my phone, but they only record for 30 minutes, which is always the downfall with the camera.
All right.
It's DSLR or something like that.
How's it so far? It's my first podcast.
No, man, it's lit, man. It's lit, man. Like a lot of stuff I'm trying, like a little new. Like I got 2 cameras going. I got the audio going, man. It's great, man. Like we flowing. So we got a little more. We'll do the fire round. Then we'll get into like the closing aspect, and then we'll be up out of here, buddy. Gotcha. Yes, sir. Back at it again. Hope y'all like that commercial. Haven't chose which one it's gonna be, but it's probably gonna be. Make sure y'all tap into the Hello Studios here, man. If y'all podcaster here in the DFW Metroplex, Hello Studio is the Airbnb for podcasters, man. Like I'm telling you, it's a plug and play thing. I'm real cool with the owners here, Z and Fitz, man. Shout out to those guys. They're great. They'll help you anytime you need, man. And make sure y'all tell them Supadre sent you, man. I got a referral program going on. So just make sure y'all use my email. I use my email when y'all sign up, and we got something for you. Man. But we back at it, man. Supadre Podcast. Appreciate you guys. Fire round, man. We coming at you with the fire round. So with the fire round, man, I just come off the top of the dome. It's almost like freestyling for me. I never thought about that to now, but I sometimes I practice for them. Sometimes I write out words if I'm really feeling it. But I like going off top of the dome. I like freestyling. Okay. So I'll throw out words like cheese, crab, pickle, and you say the first thing that come to your mind. Either it's going word for word, and I say cheese, you say pickle, and I say crab, you say orange. Or some people may be like, man, orange really makes me think of the time I was 3 years old. Some people like going like that. Just whatever hits your brain, whatever makes you think of, man. This the fire round. So you ready?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, let's go. First word is gonna be entrepreneur.
Business,
yes, sir. Next word is going to be shadow.
Ghost.
Next word. Next word, gentrification.
I don't even know what that is.
Gentrification?
I've heard of it, but I don't even know what it is.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. This may not be the definition exactly what it is. This is what we see. Gentrification. The areas Oak Cliff, South Dallas. They have areas called the Bishop Arts.
Oh yeah.
So like areas that investors or people come in and they redo the area, but more white people or non-minority people come into that area that's not normally historically Southern Dallas has been redlined, so there's mainly black and brown people that live in Southern Dallas, so they've built up certain areas like North Oak Cliff, Bishop Arts, air quotes, and that's a form of gentrification. You see a lot of nicer apartment buildings, a lot of you'll probably see a really nice modern house and then like a bando. like right next door, you know.
So did you just see this word on your whatchamacallit? Your prep for real estate?
No.
Okay, now it's coming back because I remember seeing that word.
It's one of those things where like, cause I want to be a real estate. I want to end up real estate developing and getting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to gentrify the hood, but I want to gentrify the hood in the way of not the main thing is displacing people out of those areas, because then they may redo these areas and now the rent or the cost of living in that area is higher than before they did it. So now you're displacing people that don't really have the money that lived in that area. Now they got to move and stuff like that. I want to educate people and or create like a real estate trust fund that people in the area can invest in, and we can invest in these lower areas and build areas back up. And people can learn about real estate and all this kind of stuff and invest their money in their local areas and see their local areas kind of grow, and you don't have to worry about like North Dallas, you going all the way to North Dallas and spending money. Like we want to be able to grow these communities and catch back up. Like we want Oak Cliff to look like North Dallas and Oak Park and Lake Dallas and all that kind of stuff, you know. So just stuff like that. But gentrification, I did not see that on my my prep course, which is funny.
It's good too for those neighborhoods too. Like if you're a developer right now and you walk in there and you say, "Hey, you looking to sell?" and they probably bought that house for $100,000 years ago, and it's probably worth way more than it is now. I know that's how it is in like Bluffview area in northern Dallas, and so they're going to be more likely and quicker to sell. And then you buy that, build a house for another $300 or $400, and then sell it for $1 million, 1.2.
Y'all got y'all pen and pads?
Like a new construction.
I got y'all pen and pad. Yeah, look, he giving the game out.
Yeah,
but gentrification. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't. That hasn't been a word that's
I remember hearing it's like a simple term.
Oh, so it's like another term that's probably
just development, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for that probably out of 7-Eleven.
Okay, yeah, because they do be building a lot of 7-Elevens, just be putting them there.
That's what
Oh man. Next word is communication.
Communication. What is it? How you carry yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
All ties.
Yeah. You don't got communication. If you carry yourself like somebody who doesn't, because these days we don't really speak about like mental health issues. We don't communicate about a lot of stuff like that. But you carry yourself like that. That speaks volumes.
Energy has no filter.
Yeah. And you're communicating that through like your body language and how you act.
Yeah.
That's a different perspective right there. Appreciate you on that one.
Yeah.
Awesome. I got two more words for you. Real estate.
Freedom.
Real estate has been able to allot you a lot of freedom, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
More freedom than I had before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still getting there.
Before, obviously after you got your license, obviously, but even before your license?
Not really. I mean, I was still working a regular job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mainly after you got your license.
After I got my license, then I got more tapped in with Chasten and the team and everybody else.
Yeah.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real estate is one of those things that you just have to get into. You have to know something. If you don't even want to learn all, just learn about your house. Like your house in your local area. Like just a few blocks around you. Like that's the bare minimum that you at least need to know about, at least. Oh man. Last word is going to be functional.
Functional.
First thing.
Coachable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, these are words from your brain and your perspective. So it's always interesting hearing people's take. I had one guy, and I always bring this up half the time. One of his words is destiny. he was like, yo, man, I don't even believe in destiny. I was like, what you talking about, boy? What you talking about? Really? He's like, yo, like, you know, if you gonna say like, hey, I'm gonna be rich and famous, and you know, I'm gonna be this, but you on the couch, you know, sitting and chilling all day, you ain't gonna never reach that like that destiny will never come true. Yeah. And I forget the line from South the Bible is faith without work is dead. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but you know, when he said that, I was like, man, that perspective is dope. Like, y'all didn't catch that? Yeah. Like, so it just really made me think in a way of, you know, because most people be like, nah, like if that's destiny, then he's just gonna be rich anyway. Like that was already in the car, and it was like, not really, because he didn't really do anything to put himself in that position, even if he was given that, you know, that role or whatever. He still didn't do anything to get him there. He didn't do anything to like.
When I hear that word, I think of like purpose. You know, so oh man, yeah, I think to me it's like purpose, because I don't think there's a definition of like making it.
Oh no,
because like you're always, once you achieve something, no matter how good it feels, you're gonna be on to the next thing and the next thing, new idea. Because I think we were part of it. Like one of the reasons why we're here is to create, cultivate, and thrive. Yeah. So. I think there's moments when like you get to certain points, you're like, oh, I can't believe I got this far. Okay, cool. Next. Yeah. You know, so just the journey. So to me, the destiny could be like part of the journey. Yeah. I can't really explain that. I really want to make people understand that. But
I mean, you saying that reminds me, I don't know if you know Andy Mineo.
A rapper, yeah. He's like a Christian rapper.
Yeah. So when you said that he has an album, man, I forget. I think it's the Sword 1 or 2, one of those. Yeah. And it's he was saying that in one of his songs before Lost. I don't know if you know.
I love Lost. That's one of my favorite songs.
I've been lost, and he was saying that about like, you know, that's the journey. Like you were saying certain words, and I was like, man, literally I can hear the I think that's a ukulele that was playing. It was like it was streaming. It was like a play. It was like. I
think so. Yeah,
and then it went into unified. Now somebody's getting fired, paralyzed, Twitter game verified, married. And it was. I was just hearing that as you were saying that. I was like, man, that's the journey right there. So I understand it. Hopefully y'all understand it. I'm just in my head. I'm just in my head about stuff. But man,
it's all good. I get you.
Yeah, man. Ooh, man, this been dope, man. Like I said, I appreciate you for coming out, letting people get into your mind, you know, showing yourself, being you, man, using your superpower and being you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have been able to use that to your advantage, and you know. You definitely play to your strengths, and you're walking in your purpose right now, and you're doing it each and every day, and you're putting that impact out there. So I appreciate that, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep putting that, using your superpowers, man. Keep using that.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me out.
Oh man, no doubt. Real quick before we leave, man, is there anything that's like coming up for you? Anything exciting that you want to share? You know, something exciting that's going on. Like what's coming up for you?
So me and Chasen, we're now that we're like, you know, partners now, we're coming up with an influencer mastermind. Ooh. It's gonna be in Miami.
Okay, everybody's doing their masterminds in Miami, man.
Miami. So it might be Miami. Actually, take that back. It might be Miami because everybody does it there.
Right.
You say that. We're still deciding that. It might be Miami or it could be Florida, somewhere in Florida.
Yeah.
Like even Tampa.
Okay.
Tampa's
never been to Tampa before.
It's nice.
Never been to Tampa. Okay.
Either one, but that's going to be in August.
Okay.
And it's basically a 2-day workshop where we're going to be showing people how to be an influencer. Yeah. The same way I do for him. And probably we're still laying out the foundation of how it's all going to go about. But we know for sure that we're definitely going to get people content that they can run with probably for like 4 to 6 months.
Dude, that's important in this day and age. Like, I speak content all the time. Like I got video going, I got audio going. Like that's the whole reason why I do the separate the audio experience. If you haven't checked out the audio experience, make sure y'all go back and check that in. But just having these different pieces of content, man, like that's. People need these skills. They need these skills if they want to be able to succeed. And if you're an entrepreneur out there, like you definitely want to have these skills, because even if you get to that point of scaling, once you're starting to scale and you can delegate some of this stuff off to other people, I always believe it's important for you to know it at the very beginning, especially when you're a solopreneur and you're kind of doing everything yourself before you even get somebody on to help you, before you get somebody like Brendan that's going to do it for free. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of know this stuff. So by the time you get to the next person, you got somebody coming on, you're like, okay, hey, this is what I like, this is what I want. And you already know what you're doing. So
we're getting content right now.
You got to get content any and everywhere you go. So do not be afraid to make content. Pull that phone out. Do this. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know that we live. I'm finna make content right now. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make content.
This whole podcast is probably a good 100 pieces of content.
Pieces of content. Dude, I'm making... Let me flip it over right here. We making content right now. Shout out to Brandon. He's in the house in the Supadre podcast, man. Make sure y'all follow the podcast. We in a live recording right now, showing the people how easy it is just to make some content, simple content. Y'all stay tapped in, stay super. Hey. You know what I'm saying? And that... yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just gonna get saved as a draft, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put that out as soon as we're done recording. Just that's gonna be wow. That's gonna be wild. And you guys say y'all doing a media ooh, y'all gonna be on fire soon. Yeah. Y'all gonna be on fire. And you said that's gonna be in August. You always got tickets and website up already for that?
Website, no, not yet.
Okay.
We pitched it at the event.
Oh, okay. At the Do the Most event.
Yeah. So we said anybody wants to now be half off.
Ooh.
We had 4 people inquire about it.
Ooh.
So
okay.
And then now we've also had people ask about it. So we're like, so we got to do it.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm planning on going. So if y'all hear this first before the episode come out, and you said it's not a website just yet.
Not yet.
Is there a way that they can kind of contact you guys about tickets or anything like that right now, or just kind of wait until wait and sit?
Well, probably wait and sit, but I think if you really want to, you can probably either DM me on Instagram or you can DM Chasten.
Yeah.
And we can just go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. Before we close out, let the people know where they can find you. And let the people know where they can find you to get some real estate, man.
Yeah, so you can find me on social media. If you go to Instagram, it's Brendan_J9. You can just send me a DM there and we can get connected.
Yeah.
Even on Facebook too, Brendan Hernandez, BRENDAN. You can also message me on there too. I have a YouTube channel. That's more you'll find like my music. So a lot of covers, a lot of guitar, everything guitar. So you could just type in Brendan and then the letter J.
Yeah.
And it'll pop up.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all tap into everything he's doing, man. This is the dope individual. You wouldn't even think the things that he's interested in just by looking at him. So make sure y'all get to know him, follow him, man. He better have about 100 more subscribers by the time this episode ends right here, man. But like I said, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for coming out.
Absolutely.
Man, hopefully you guys have been able to become y'all super self, taking this information, these stories, everything we talked about, and applying it to your life to become your super self. But man, we out of here, man. Until the next time, make sure y'all follow everything we're doing here at the Supadre Podcast. Just follow us everywhere: YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, any and everywhere, man. But like I said, till next time, peace.